Hello guys, my name is Devan Rajan. My metric number is 2082. Now I am going to explain about how to ID data capture. There are three systems. First one is barcode scanner, second one is mobile capture, third one is wireless local area network. The first one is barcode scanner. Barcode scanner is consists of small image of lines and specific to retail store item, ID card, and post mail to identify a particular product number, person or location. And also barcode reader use a laser beam that is sensitive to the reflection from the line and space, thickness and variation. The reader translates information from the image to digital data and send it to the computer for store or for other process. The second one is mobile computers. Mobile computing is the human-computer interaction by which a computer is expected to be transported during normal usage. And also computer which you can take with you all around. And also you can do all the things which can be done with the desktop computer. Mobile computing involves mobile communication, mobile hardware and mobile software. Then you should be able to use same software which you use on desktop computer. Then the hardware includes mobile device or device component. Mobile software deals with the characteristic and requirements of mobile application. The third one is a wireless local area network. A wireless local area network is the provider's wireless network communication over short distance using radio or infrared signals inside of traditional network cabling. A WLAN is the type of local area network. It's called link. Inside mobile phone, laptop and tablet computer, internet audio system. A WLAN can contact as few as 2 devices up to 100 and more, although wireless network become increasingly difficult to manage as the number of devices increases. Now we are going to watch video detail about wireless local area network.
The characteristics of wireless LANs. The advantages of wireless LANs, you already know what is local area network, and with wireless connectivity, in that case then the advantage becomes it is very flexible within reception area. Then ad hoc networks do not need any planning. You can form ad hoc network anywhere, topology can be anything, and almost no wiring difficulties. You don't need wiring at all since it is wireless. So historic buildings or wherever you have difficulty in laying down the infrastructure, this is the best remedy. It's more robust against disasters like earthquakes, tsunami, etc. But the disadvantages are low bandwidth compared to wired networks, and many proprietary solutions for higher bit rates are developing, but they will take their own time. Many national restrictions for wireless, long time to establish global solutions, etc. So this are the restrictions or the difficulties, disadvantages of wireless LAN. Then what are the design goals for wireless LAN? So one should have a global and seamless operation. Low power should be required for battery use. Then no special permissions or licenses should be needed to use the LAN. Robust transmission technology, then simplified spontaneous cooperation at meetings, easy to use for everyone, simple management. So all these are the design goals. Also security and transparency should be there. So while designing a local area network or wireless LAN, you should keep these points in mind so that you get the best quality of the signal as an output for connectivity. If you compare infrared and radio transmission, then this slide, it shows the comparison of infrared and radio transmission. So for infrared, it uses IR diode, diffuse light, multiple reflections from walls, furnitures, etc. And radio transmission, typically it uses license-free ISM band, that is, it works at 2.4 gigahertz. The advantages of infrared: it is simple, cheap, available in many mobile devices, no license is needed, and simple shielding is possible. The advantages of radio transmission you can see as of now. Experience from wireless WAN and mobile phones can be used. Coverage of larger area possible. Radio can penetrate through walls, furnitures, etc. So there won't be any obstruction. The disadvantages of infrared are interference by sunlight, heat sources, then many things shield or absorb IR light, and it has low bandwidth. Whereas the disadvantage of radio transmission is limited license-free frequency bands, then shielding more difficult, you have electrical interference. The examples of infrared, it is infrared data association, interface is available everywhere. Radio transmission, so this radio transmission, it is available in many different products, it is in use already. So we can have a comparison of infrastructure and ad hoc networks. Now here, for ad hoc networks, we are using 802.11. In both cases, we are using 802.11 protocol for communication purpose. And that's why, since we are going through wireless LAN, we need to see how 802.11 protocol works. Now, the first diagram indicates infrastructure network, wherein you will find some infrastructure is there which has access points, and to this access points the nodes are communicating wirelessly. Whereas in ad hoc network, you don't have any infrastructure and the devices are communicating with each other, and they themselves are access points, they themselves are transmitters and receivers. This is the architecture of an infrastructure network, wherein you have a station, you have basic service set, access point, portal, and a distribution system. And the architecture of an ad hoc network, here in this case, direct communication within a limited range can be done. So two circles are shown over here, wherein you have station 1 and station so station 1 to 3 form one network, and station 4 and 5 are communicating with each other. So 802.11 LAN, you have two networks shown over here. So the infrastructure which is needed is only a station and independent basic service set, IBSS. This diagram indicates how a standard 802.11 works. So you have a laptop or a mobile terminal which is communicating with a fixed terminal. So here on a mobile terminal, you have these many layers. So you will see that 802.11 physical and MAC layer is communicating with each other. So mobile terminal is communicating with the access point, and through access point then the signal is sent over to the fixed terminal. So mobile terminal communicates with the access point is communicating with the infrastructure network, and then it is transferred to the fixed terminal. So mobile terminal and fixed terminal, the stack is shown over here, and the physical and MAC protocols, they are compatible, and these two layers can talk to each other or communicate with each other. So different layers and functions of layers. Here in this, the basic two layers, that means the physical and MAC, 802.11 MAC and 802.11 physical is shown over here. And in this case, MAC layer, it is divided into again two parts: logical link control and MAC. So MAC management is to be done, And for physical, you have PMD, physical medium dependent, and PLCP, physical layer convergence protocol is used over there. So at physical layer, you need physical management, and MAC layer, so which is data link layer or data link control, in which you need to do MAC management. So the functions of MAC management are synchronization, if the user is roaming, then to keep a record of it, and power management. So these are the functions of a MAC layer. What is a MAC? Aids in access mechanism, fragmentation, encryption, etc. And physical management, here in this, the channel is responsible for channel selection and managing the database. So when a station management is done, it manages both these layers. So basically it coordinates all the management functions. Now if you want to see 802.11 physical layer, so 3 versions are available. 2 radio, so typically 2.4 gigahertz, and 1 infrared. So 3 versions are available, and the data rate is 1 or 2 megabits per second. In this you can have frequency hop spread spectrum or direct sequence spread spectrum. If it is frequency hop, then spreading, despreading, signal strength, typically it is 1 megabits per second, and minimum 2.5 frequency hops per second as per the USA standard, and 2-level Gaussian FSK modulation is used.
What is RFID? RFID is radio frequency identification. That the passive technology is increased in another product. Is a form of wireless communication that incorporates the use of electromagnetic or electrostatic coupling in the radio frequency portion of the electromagnetic spectrum to uniquely identify an object, anyone, or person. Use cases for RFID technology include healthcare, manufacturing, inventory management, shipping, retail, sales, and home use. And how to use RFID? That when the scanning antenna and transceiver are combined, they are referred to as an RFID reader or interrogator. There are few disadvantages about RFID. The systems are often more expensive than barcode systems, and the technology is harder to understand. That the RFID tags are usually larger than barcode labels and possible of unauthorized reading of passports and credit cards, and more than one tag can respond at the same time. And